So, namaste everyone. We are talking about expanding myself. We have seen one way of expanding who I am. We have seen expanding about the purpose of my work. There is a third way how we can expand ourselves. The third way is expanding who are my own. Okay, so for this we are meeting a person, Arjun. So Arjun acts for the good of his family and friends, but he doesn't care for others lose something because of that. So he does something good for himself and his family, friends, but he is not bothered, cared because of such acts if someone else is suffering or losing. Okay. So now for the question, how will Arjun answer question who are your own? If Arjun is asked who are your own, what will be his answer? He is thinking only about himself, his family and friends. So that's what he will say. My own people are my friends, my family, right? So let us now go to second person by the name Sneha. Okay, so she not only cares about her family and friends but also about the problems faced by people in her locality and wants to do something about it. Okay, now for the same question, how will Sneha answer the question, who are your own? So now she talks about the locality also. So she includes the people in locality. So she will say, or she can say, people in my locality are my own, including my family, friends, and also local people, my locality people. They are also my own. So now let us take the third person. Okay, meet father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, who took responsibility for the entire nation's problems and worried about them as his own. So, in fact, that's why we call him father of the nation. Father is someone who thinks about his family, his children, his wife, and Mahatma Gandhi was thinking his whole country as his own, and that is why he was worried about the whole country. He took the problems of this country as his own. So, and he took the responsibility also, not simply worried, but he was also taking the responsibility. So, how will Mahatma Gandhi answer the question, who are your own? Since he is worried about the country's problem, naturally he will say, my country is my own. As we discussed, that is why we call him the father of the nation. So, you can now understand for the question or thinking about who are my own. Are we going to be someone who thinks about the family, my family and my friends, or are we going to think about my family, my friends, my locality, the concerns of my locality, the problems of my local people? Or are we expanding to think about a bigger population like Mahatma Gandhi, who thought the country problem are his own problem? So expanding to a level to think and care for the people in the country. So that is kind of expansion which helps us to think about others. So when we think about others, we naturally think about helping others. So this is what we call the third way of expanding ourselves in a program, apart from the first two. The first one was about who I am, expanding. The second one was what I do, and today we learn about expanding for who are my own. The circle of my own is not just family and friends, not just my local people, and going beyond the local and family, like thinking about a country. In fact, in Sanskrit we have this Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Some of you would have heard that. So that is the tradition. The ancient Indians, we were thinking about the whole world, not just India as Gandhi was thinking, but the whole tradition of India in the Sanskrit philosophy is that Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, the whole world is one family. So let us think about that when we are thinking about who are my own, and we can live a wonderful life for us and for this country and the world. Thank you.